also have the director of the film It's Just a Community Place, Mr. Todd Cross, if you'd like to come up as well. And all of these guys are going to be back after the films to do a Q&A, so make sure you stick around. I'm going to pass off the mic so they can say a few things.
Oh my God, okay. Well, first of all, thank you everybody for coming. Was anybody here present for the film, for the event that our movie's about? Just you guys, okay. Well, if you didn't know, Our Lips Are Sealed is a documentary about these gentlemen who broke the record for the world's longest kiss. And the first homosexual to do so. And this is our world premiere. It happened at TC&J in New Jersey, just across the river. And we're really excited to premiere in a great city like Philadelphia. So thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy the film.
Hard to see with the light here, but I'm gonna, if you guys have any questions, raise your hands.
Do you like the film?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have much to say, so would you guys like to say something?
For all those who are curious, Ryan and I are still together. And afterwards, he was really, really supportive of it. So. And Bobby and I hadn't seen the movie before tonight, so this is actually cool for both of us too. Yeah. There's a question over here.
Yeah, I think the first point where I just lost it was when I started to see the comments coming in on the chat. The first one, I guess, was the 16-year-old from Australia, and I heard people around me sobbing also. And I was wondering if you guys were aware during that time of what people were saying, and or after it was all over, did you ever have a chance to go back to the recorded chat to look through all the comments?
Well, the thing that the movie doesn't tell you, that our account for Ustream tells us, is that actually altogether, at some point, there are almost 500,000 viewers to our account, and we crashed the website because we had so many views. And then they started viewing it on other websites we don't even know to this day. And I remember my boss at work at TC&J was telling me that they were watching it in their house, her and her roommates, and that the comment section was going so fast you couldn't even read it anymore by the end of it. So we have not gone back through and read it. Have you, Bob?
No, I didn't, but we did receive emails afterwards. I got an email from this boy in some state, and he told me that because of what we did, he had the courage to come out to his family. So that alone is worth the entire trip, in my opinion. So we received many emails similar to that as well, just saying to us that people got encouragement from what we did, and that was completely worth it.
I even get Facebook chat messages from people that are looking for love and relationship advice, little 16-year-old gay boys and girls. It's interesting, but I always respond because it's pretty fun.
Back there?
First of all, both films are really super, and I commend you two for doing that. It's totally remarkable. I have two little questions. One is, 4 months later with the Thailand thing, they said that they could have escorted bathroom breaks. So I was wondering why they were allowed to and you either couldn't or didn't, and why were you not contacted by them?
The escort bathroom break thing, I guess, is some sort of loophole to the rule they found, because you're not really supposed to do that, but because they'd still be standing up. And what we read into about it, and someone was there monitoring it, and that was the space that they chose. It's sort of a cheap way to get by that rule. And then the Guinness thing was, by the time everything was all set and ready to send in to Guinness to the collection of all the evidence, they had broken the record. So we weren't allowed to really, yeah, they had someone there. So it won't go through because they beat us by, what was it, like 13 hours or something? Something of that nature. It's a lot.
Yeah, I just want to say the Thailand event, I'm pretty sure, had like a corporate sponsor and a cash prize. So there was media there like already, and they had like an enclosed area. I think there was like 14 couples at the end that like remained. It was a much bigger deal from the get-go, whereas our event was much more grassroots, obviously. I made the movie. I literally emailed them like the week that they were going to do it, because that's when I saw a link online or something. I said, oh, can I film you guys while you do it and make a movie about it? And they're like, yeah, sure. And that's it. That's how we got here. Compare that to a corporate-sponsored major event, and yeah, I'm still kind of upset about the bathroom breaks that they have. Another question?
This maybe you don't know the answer to this. They said that they were, that they arrested the guy who was shouting nasty things at you guys. I mean, how? For what? I don't know. It just seemed a little strange to me. Like I wouldn't think somebody walking down the street here in Philly who said something like that. I don't think you could ever get the police interested in arresting them. Is that because you were on a college campus, maybe, or is it just different in New Jersey, or how did that work?
Well, we had filed a thing with our campus police beforehand. The administration was very aware of what was going on with us, and the student population was not. And they had asked us beforehand why we wanted to do that, because we were, obviously we were afraid of the haters, but it was easier just to have the administration on it. So we had like a special events thing with campus police. So they were interrupting an event. And because they were doing that, and because they were also shouting anti-gay slurs, it was considered a hate crime in that scenario. So they had approached us and said, we apprehended him, what would you like to do? And that was the solution we came up with.
I think it was a great alternative solution. Thanks for doing it that way. It's really good.
Thank you.
Did you believe the apology was sincere?
From what Matty and I both felt at the time and afterwards, we didn't feel it was that sincere at all. But just the fact that we got him to go on camera and apologize in person, and we could see his face, was worth it.
And also, from what I recall, even though he doesn't say his last name, from what our friends were telling us on the live feed and people were texting into us, people are actually able to find out who he was through Facebook. No joke, in a matter of like 15 minutes, we had people telling us we know who he is. It was not a good situation for him.
Wow. Is there another question in the back?
Yeah, I had a question. The last couple hours that you were kissing seemed really rough, and how hard was that? The very end.
It was very rough, actually. Earlier in the day, I actually started getting very overheated. So that's why you saw Matty put the water on the back of my neck. It was very hot that day, and it was later on that our muscles started cramping up, and Matty's legs started to get really cramped up. So I had to like calm him down and like massage him literally and relax him because he was like starting to reach a breaking point. Those last like 50 minutes were really critical.
And for like the next couple of days, we had a lot of different crazy things going on with our bodies. I know my lips were numb for 2 days, and yours were too. We had a couple of interviews, and we're like talking, kind of slurring our words when we're talking to the interviewers because our lips were so numb. And my legs were literally twice the size that they were and red for 4 or 5 days. They were so swollen. I had to have friends carry me up to my apartment building.
Same here. Luckily, my friend Brittany and some of my other friends carried me back to my room quite literally. And my legs hurt so much the next morning that the rubbing of the sheets on my legs actually hurt a lot. But then I was there by myself and I had to go to the bathroom, which is all the way down the hall. And I was like, I literally walked an inch every footstep, so that was terrible. But
Would you do it again?
Bobby knows my answer to this. Which is yes, because it's not just about equality. After you do it, you want that record, but it's still yet to be seen.
Start now.
We've had some strange offers in how and where to do it, but we'll see what the future holds when the time is right, if it's right.
Also, how much beyond the previous record was your intent? 1 minute, 1 hour, how far?
About 23 minutes.
How'd you come up with that?
Because we were going to go to 33 hours to make it even 33, and I was like, Bobby, I can't. We broke the record, we got 20 minutes on them, I need to stop.
I could have kept going, but you know, whatever. We still do.
I'm curious, you had taken donations for, okay. So then how did you get the project funded, and what's the future like? Is it going to be televised on Logo, or like what's the future for it?
The film project or our project?
The film project.
Well, that John can answer.
Actually, the film, as you can see, was remarkably cheap to make. It was filmed on a very common camera. It wasn't even on the HD setting, which is one of my biggest regrets in the movie. There's a whole backstory for that. So yeah, I already had the camera. I brought the that green mat that got soaked from the sprinklers. I brought a sleeping bag. I planned to just sleep right next to them for the 2 days. I didn't really have any costs except gas to get down there. But all the posts, the editing, I did myself. My producer couldn't be here today because she had a family emergency, but it was me and her basically did the entire thing. We did the title design, the animations, the little things on the bottom, mix the sound, audio work, try to clean it up because some things, when people were far away, it was hard to hear them and stuff, so we did the audio post work. I even composed a few of the songs in there, and I'm not a musician, I don't know how I did that. They're very simple songs. And there's some copyright stuff too that we don't know if we'll be able to keep or not. For now, this is our world premiere, this is our first screening of this movie. We'll be playing Qfest in New York on July 24th. And we've submitted to Seattle, Chicago, Mill Valley, and a couple others. And at this point, we're hoping to pick up a distributor and see what happens from there. I know we got some interest from Logo, but we haven't heard back from them yet. The documentary channel, a couple other places. We don't really know what the future holds for now, but we hope we can get this on TV or on DVD or something soon. Yes?
How much did you raise for Trevor Project? Do you know?
I don't remember the exact number in person, but it was close to $300 that we sent in. And then from what we had heard online, there were a couple $1,000s worth of fundraising efforts because people were telling them that our people were telling the viewers that we were raising money for them, so people were just donating online themselves because they'd seen what we were doing. So truthfully, I don't know the number, but our number in person was close to 300.
Has the kiss affected your life after, and if so, how?
Not really much for me, personally. I just went to school, went to class. The only thing I really get now is, I'll be introduced to somebody, and then people will be like, no, he's that Bobby. And they're like, oh, that Bobby. Other than that, no. I mean, my friends were there and kept the same circle of friends afterwards, and hasn't affected me at all.
I had the fortunate pleasure of turning 21 the week after we did the kiss. And so at the time it was still big talk in the gay community, so I made quite a few friends through this thing. Bobby and I actually both have a letter of recognition from the United States Congress with their seal on it and everything. On my 21st birthday, yeah, the week afterward, we spoke at an LGBT fundraising dinner for Congressman Rush Holt in New Jersey. And I had Sarah Dash, one of the original Hello Bell Bluebells, sing happy birthday to me. That was really cool. But yeah, I've met some people far in between, Jared Polis, and like the Colbert thing too. I went to bed at 10 o'clock that night. We had no idea that was going to happen, and I woke up the next day to like 24 text messages. You're on Colbert right now. I'm what? This was last night. So a lot of things, like things just pop up, still even now. I mean, Valentine's Day, when that kiss had happened, new articles had popped up. We popped up in like kissing fun fact things or whatnot. You just be on the internet and you find things about yourself. It's really weird.
Thank you.